Welcome to the Silent Hill Ascension post-show. You're here with me, Layla, and Noah. Noah, what did we just watch?
Holy moly. We have so much going on. We have Xavier basically is missing.
He's certainly not present.
Is not present. We have so much we're piling on and on missing people here in the story. What was your thoughts about it?
Listen, I'm just here for Eric with a good solid spine, no scoliosis to be seen, beautifully stacked vertebra on an S curve, you know. I'm glad that he's taking initiative and going to look for his kid because hey man, I get that Xavier's also looking for her, right? And that's nice of him and all, but he disappeared under his watch, and I don't really know how I would feel about him finding her in the first place. So.
Right, everybody should be looking. This is a crisis. This is a catastrophe. Everybody should be involved.
Is a catastrophe a singular of catastrophe?
Catastrophe.
All right, well, speaking of things happening in the story, we gotta talk about how you can be involved in the story. So if production would mind putting up the cameos graphic, and Noah, I think you have some deets for us.
I sure do, because you, the audience, can be an extra on Silent Hill Ascension. You can take part in the cameo contests that we have regularly, and cameo contests are entered with influence points. So all those great influence points you've accumulated, you can use them to be an extra.
And that's just one important aspect of Silent Hill Ascension. It's our cameo system. So you, as an audience member, can be part of Silent Hill canon forever. Every day, you and the other audience members can enter a cameo contest to have parts in the series entered with influence points. We've had some pretty iconic cameos here. Noah, I know the Berry Man has ripped to our king, the Berry Man I too make. And I know you and I have talked about our dear friend BioGeek93, who met a sorry demise at the teeth of a dog.
Right.
It's rough out here for cameos, but kind of fun.
Don't forget Lady Crow with the most fashionable glasses. She was rocking postmortem. It's always a good time, even after you are dead, to rock those wonderful glasses. And we're really impressed with your fashion choices here. We're here for it 100%.
Yeah, as a round glasses rocker myself, bury me in these things, you know what I mean? Then we got the video that premiered today, which is Rachel and Eric argue about how to look for Faith, and Eric leaves Rachel to continue searching. As I said, go, Eric! He finally earned that #1 dad sticker.
Finally! Oh my god, I'm so glad that he's coming to his own really here. It was kind of agonizing to see him be pushed away in silence and forced to dump his best friend and all kinds of then trust blindly things, and I'm like, okay, this is a relief. This man is getting out of Aristotle's dark cave. Aristotle.
An allegory of the cave, and Rachel's been doing nothing but tricking him with shadows, and now here he is.
You got me, Layla. You're picking up what I'm putting down.
But only in the Silent Hill Ascension pre and post shows can you get references to things like Linkin Park, and then also in the allegory of the cave. We have nothing but range here. But yeah, no, totally. And, it's one of those things where, trust is earned, not only in marriages, but hey, Noah, you and I have been working together for a year now. I don't know, time is a flat circle, but that's the reason we can trust each other and trust our good friend Eduardo, because we've earned that trust, and I just haven't seen Rachel earn it. You know what I mean? Right.
She's been nothing, honestly, but she's been very aggressive the whole time. I'm sorry, I do not see the gentle. Eric has a lot more range in his soft to firm, balance. Rachel is though you do see her emotion breaking down, looking for Faith. She's worried, so sick,
Which,
But
don't get me wrong, I love an aggressive lady. I myself can be an aggressive lady. I support women's wrongs. But in terms of, looking for your kid and looking for Eric, Eric's got the range. Rachel, I'm excited to see yours, my dear. And hey, speaking of Rachel, let's talk about the decision. Sorry, not speaking of Rachel, but speaking of emotional.
no, speaking of Rachel, let's talk about Astrid.
The only catastrophe here is searching for these children. What's our decision today, Noah?
So it is, how will Astrid stop Brit from reporting her to Aurora? This is a tough one. She can accuse her, which is the redemption. She can beg for forgiveness, which is the suffering. Or she can deny wrongdoing, which is the damnation option. First of all, she ain't done no wrongdoing. She ain't done no wrong. What she done wrong?
Oh, okay. Listen, Noah, Girly Pop did disappear for 3 days in the woods, and she didn't know what she was doing, so I'm not sure
She
we can say
didn't
that
mean
with any
it.
certainty.
She didn't mean it.
Yeah, well... Excuse me. Listen,
That's fair. That's fair. I'm hearing you.
but I can't. This is not one-sided because that call from Brit was completely out of pocket. She came. We have Veni Vidi Vici. She showed up. She came. She saw her nephew missing, and then she conquered the situation by saying the most criminally unhinged thing she could possibly think to say. I don't know if there's any winners in this situation.
There are no winners, it seems. But yeah, I don't know. Like, this is an extremely stressful situation. We have Aurora here on top of our on our backs. Like, just, I don't know. I'm sorry. It's my anti-authority side. I don't like this meddling. Yeah, there's a family here. They can take care of it.
Speaking, geez, you're right to bring up Aurora too, because speaking of out-of-pocket people, she's out there with her herbal pills, cannon about making it rain like brandless breath candies that are shaped like pills. Also,
it's like your pyramid-shaped self-improvement program. It's a pill-shaped some type of something. It's a stress.
It's so stressful, but I mean, poor Astrid's got that, the Barniver knot, like, bearing down on her with Aurora. And she's got her father, who is, put this, less than useful, and then now Brit just raining down pressure in an already stressful situation. So I'm very curious to see what the audience will choose here, because, again, no winners in this situation.
Everybody loses. But I just want to remind everybody that the decisions and the endurance scenes and the puzzles, they all contribute to whether a character will face redemption, suffering, or damnation in the grand Silent Hill Ascension finale. And their fate is decided, as you know, across the length of the season. So a character's hope needs to be high enough for them to survive crucial moments in the story, as we have seen with our rest in peace buddy Toby. This is very, very important. We want those hope up if you want them to survive.
Right, and I think we talked earlier a little bit about Eric's hope is so far pretty high. It's past that middle mark. It's in the positive, which is good. But you know what else is exciting? So I was watching the Endurance scene that was happening, and the community has been pretty consistently succeeding, and Astrid's hope is slowly crawling up there again, Noah. She's almost at that halfway point now.
I'm feeling the hope climbing up. But I do feel it. I'm excited. We passed the endurance. The hope's coming up. Maybe it will help us find Orson. I do not know how this is gonna pan out. But Leila, could you explain a little bit more about the fate and hope system in a wider context of things?
Absolutely. So if you weren't here for the pre-show, let's dive back into Fate and Hope. So again, Silent Hill Ascension is an interactive series where you, the audience, ultimately decides what happens to these characters. When you make decisions, you'll notice some of them are fate decisions, where you can get a character onto redemption, suffering, or damnation. When those decisions kind of all come together, you can see what sort of track your character of choice is on. There's also the hope system, and you can raise or frankly lower a character's hope by your participation in endurance scenes, and then also the puzzles in the arcane library. The puzzles rotate in and out every single day, and we actually just introduced a new one, I believe, last week called Pathways. So if you haven't checked that out, please do. And every day a character is assigned to a puzzle, and you can go and try to raise their hope that way. We actually, I think, saw I believe our marketing team may have reposted this, but there are folks on social media like rallying around their favorite characters and trying to, get a group going to save their faves, which, I mean, that's kind of the point, Noah, right? We're trying to get some groups going. We're trying to get everyone as a community to, so to speak, rally around their favorite characters and try and save at least someone, right?
We are in this world where we are so deeply lonely, deeply isolated, surrounded with screens. This is our chance to come all together and do stuff together, rally together, win together, fail together. This is everybody. Come join us. There is a faith and hope system in place here that we can all impact together. No, but really for me, I really like that feeling of like, I'm not alone watching this. Like, sometimes I also get a little bit spooked if I'm alone watching, spooky things. So like the comfort of having the community together in this is really great for me.
Yeah, absolutely. And seeing the community like genuinely come together to get in on making these decisions and I think the specific, I believe it was like some folks were rallying around Carl, which I found, I mean,
sad old man. No, wet. Is it sad or wet, Layla?
Both. Oh, it's kind of wet is kind of a descriptor of sad. Kind of like all squares are rectangles, but not but not all rectangles are squares. It's kind of like that. All wet people are sad, but not all sad people are wet. But all that to say, all the decisions are made around with the community in mind, and so far the trends have been very. I think we started out very strong redemption with the audience, and then I think a couple of weeks ago we started to see the audience mix it up a little bit. Right, we had some damnation, we had some suffering, and now, no, I don't know if you've noticed, we're kind of back on the redemptive track.
We are redemptioning here. We are we are totally redeeming here together, and we are seeing how it works with our decisions, because it seemed like a lot of the redemption options were also like the kind of like we're kind of dying to see it options. You know what I mean? They were kind of the spicy options as well, right?
It definitely seems like the audience is going for the thing they'd like to see most, which so far has been aligning with the redemption path, but not necessarily stay true. And I think we actually have a decision graphic for what opened today.
Right. I would love to read it if production will show it, but only. Just kidding. I'm gonna just say what it is.
Hold the show hostage.
No. I'm going to read it now. How will Astrid stop Brit from reporting her to Aurora? This is another fate decision. So, A, she's gonna accuse her, which is the redemption option. B, beg for forgiveness, suffering. Or deny wrongdoing, which is the domination option. So again, we have to figure out, are we gonna lie to the authorities or like deny, are we gonna accuse, is Astrid going to accuse? Wait, sorry. Who's accusing who here?
A names. Yeah, so is Brit gonna accuse Astrid? Right. We got right. Doing a lot of accusating.
There's a lot of accusating and redemptioning going on.
Yes, welcome to the slowly made up vocabulary. But yeah, right now I'm looking at the decision. It's obviously only been live for a hot one, and we're at a solid 50-50 just to kick things off, Noah. So who knows? Maybe Astrid will deny wrongdoing.
She might. She very well might. And you know what? I told you, I'm kind of leaning towards that because I'm like, what you done wrong? I don't know. Like, you should not her fault that she gets carried away into other worlds with monsters in them. Like, it's victim blaming, man.
I think in Astrid's shoes, I would also, at least initially, deny wrongdoing, because I don't know if your son going missing is the best place for you to pull out the eternal sibling argument of, no, I didn't, you did it.
Right. I don't know if Aurora is going to be very impressed with civil rivalry as a means of reobtaining a child. I do not know.
Yeah, I think that might be, I don't know how I would react anyway. But hey, speaking of, we got more graphics for you. Welcome to the developer updates portion of our show, if production would not mind throwing that. Noah, I think you have a good summary for us of what's been going on.
I sure do, because the catch-up will now play back where you left off, which is really fun because it's convenient and great. We also had bug fixes and experience improvements for the puzzles, and there is a holiday break planned. So, Layla, can you please enlighten us more?
I would love to. So again, for catch up, there's a resume functionality now. So if you started watching a scene, when you leave, it'll pick back up right where you left off instead of the beginning, which is just a nice quality of life improvement. Also, you can now turn off autoplay in the decision screen. Puzzles and mindfulness have had a lot of small updates in order just to, again, quality of life improvements. Folks love the puzzles. We want to make sure you continue loving them and that they're a nicer experience for everybody. And then in terms of our holiday break, similar to Thanksgiving, we will simply be taking a holiday break. And so, Noah, that was the updates.
We are actually nearing the end of the show. So, Layla, can you please recap?
Absolutely. So the kids, most importantly, still missing, and now an adult is also missing. Again, we're gonna run out of proverbial milk cartons soon to put these folks on. Listen, tensions are rising. At some point or another, they're gonna boil over, right? Just like we saw with Toby and his self-sacrifice. So much tension we can handle before you kind of hit a limit. But please, after our show, stick around in the app for some puzzles. As I said last week, you got a new one, Pathways. If you haven't had a chance to check that out yet, if it's live today or tomorrow, you can go ahead and take a look at it. But we have a graphic, I believe, for the next show. Ta-da! So once again, we are here with you Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 5:40 p.m. Pacific. So our next show will be Friday. Every weekday, you can enjoy Silent Hill Ascension at 6 p.m. Pacific. And then as soon as the indoor scene is over, you'll come back or to the hosts, whether it's me and Noah or Eduardo, who are here and join us for the post-show. Thank you all very much for your time, as always. We love spending time with you here on the live stream. Noah, I love seeing your beautiful face. Eduardo,
I love you, Layla.
Eduardo, we love hearing your voice in the background as you guide us. But thank you all very much and have a wonderful night.
Thank you.